What's up guys, it's your favorite Kiwi coach. Welcome back to another video. In this particular video, we're actually going to be taking a look at a client from the face on. We're taking a look at kind of right pelvic tilt amounts, how much is too much and when. We're also going to be taking a little bit look of kind of right side lateral bend. So we're going to be giving you guys some parameters in this video. So without further ado, let's go do this thing. So welcome back to the channel guys. You guys are new to Kiwi Golf Japan. We do a bunch of videos like this every single week. So what you got to go do is hit that little red subscribe button, smash the like button. Please smash that like button, it really does help. And as always, hit that little bell notification. You guys are getting notified every single time we drop a video. So this particular client was a client from Yokohama, and like I said in the intro, he was struggling with right pelvic tilt issues and kind of when and how. And then also he's struggling with right side lateral bend motions, and also, which I forgot to add in that little title, was he's also struggling with his right knee kicking into internal rotation, which was actually causing a lot of the pelvic tilts and the right side lateral bend. So let's go hop in and take a look at the before swing. So let's take this client down to right around position 6 when the club shaft is parallel on the downswing, and this will be kind of the first checkpoint we can take a look at. So if we take a look at his right knee over here, he's going to be roughly right around like the 140 degree range, so 148. Now, in our ideal preference, we actually like to see players kind of in the high 150 range, maybe 160 range at position 6. Now, the reason for this is it's going to make it a lot easier for the client to actually keep the pelvis in a little bit more neutral position. Not necessarily like 90 degrees with the pelvis. You're going to be a little bit in right pelvic tilt at P6. However, you're not going to be anywhere near as much as this client is, which actually we're going to highlight here in a second. Now, if we go highlight that right pelvic tilt, we're going to see that this client was over right around like 114 degrees or somewhere right around that range, so 112 degrees right here, which if you think about that from 90 degrees, right, 10, that's 22 degrees of right pelvic tilt at this position. That's quite a bit. Now, typically what we like to see with clients is we're going to want to see them closer to that 90 degree range. It doesn't have to be exactly level, depending on the club as well. Wedges, you might be a little bit more level than, let's say, a driver. However, for this particular club, which is a 7-iron, we like to see him probably right around like the 95, 100 degree range, something like that is pretty acceptable. 112 is definitely too much. Now, as we go take a look at the right side lateral bend, again, to check that, you're going to draw a point on the belt buckle. You're going to draw a point on kind of where the buttons of the shirt are, or the sternum. He's over at 167 degrees, which again, for 7-iron, you guys probably know that's a lot for our particular preference. Like kind of the high 170 range, like 178, 177, maybe mid 170s, like 175 would be acceptable as well. That's kind of the range. Now again, depending on how slow you swing, you might have a little bit more tilt, as opposed to if you swing a lot faster like a DJ, you're probably going to have a little bit less tilt. But again, that's kind of getting into an area where it's going to take a lot longer than just this like 15-minute YouTube video to explain. So we're going to kind of sideline that, and let's go take a look at the after swing. So if we go take a look at the after swing at position 6, we obviously see a much different position, and let's go kind of draw the same angles here. So with this knee right here, let's go see what he's at right now. Yeah, so he's over at 160 degrees, which again, remember, was kind of our preference. If we go take a look at kind of the right pelvic tilt amount, we're going to see that he's a lot less than he was before. So he's over at 102 degrees, which again, I said was pretty close to our preference there. And then if we go take a look at kind of the belt buckle to sternum ratio, I think he's going to be, yeah, right around 175, which again is in our preference. So that was kind of a huge change, and really kind of the way that we did it was really just fixing that right knee at first. I didn't really tell him anything about the right side lateral bend or the pelvic tilts. He kind of just fixed that once we got the right knee a little bit more under control. Now, I know at this time the Japanese GG swing is incredibly popular, and that's kind of one of the things they talk about in transition, is to not let your right knee kick into internal rotation, and that's actually something I agree with the Japanese GG swing. However, the way they go about trying to not get that right knee kick into internal rotation is maybe the way that I disagree, and I want to kind of clear that up for you guys because I know a lot of you guys probably have that question. And as we start to kind of transition, if you kind of see here, yes, in an early transition, you're going to see that the right knee does move towards external rotation. However, it's nowhere near as much as you guys might think it is, as well as it's nowhere near as much as demonstrated from the instructors that you're seeing teaching the Japanese GG swing, right? And as you can see at this position 5, it's actually slightly kicked into internal rotation, which is actually really common with a lot of golfers. You don't see them still in external rotation at position 5 like you're seeing demonstrated by the Japanese GG swing. So hopefully that kind of clears you up in terms of parameters. This kind of my method, I guess you'd call it, versus the Japanese GG swing. Hopefully that gave you a little bit more advice. Now moving on, as we kind of get into impact, I'm not going to draw the angles, but we're seeing that the client has a little bit better impact position. We're seeing obviously a lot less tilt in the pelvis. We're also seeing that the hand position is in a little bit different spot in the after than in the before. And just overall, the client is in a lot more neutral position. He's in a spot where he's going to actually be taking off a little bit more dynamic loft, which this client was a fast swinging player, so that was actually a good thing. And really, he kind of just got into a position where we started seeing that strike improved quite immensely. We started seeing that starting line was getting a whole lot better. And then overall, he was just getting in a lot better spots and having a good time doing it. So, kind of what are some of the take-home points for you guys? Well, hopefully with this video, you guys learned some checkpoints for kind of that pelvic tilt motion, when you should do it, how much you should do it, all that good stuff. If you guys want to learn more about our checkpoints, we do have P1 through P10 webinars for drivers and irons, face on and down the line, so you guys can check that out on our website. Also, if you kind of want to learn the ways that we actually do change these clients, like our implementation process, we do now currently have a webinar on our implementation process. It's an hour long. It's really detailed. I think you guys will really like that. For you instructors out there, if you guys want to actually watch one of these lessons live and see exactly how I change these clients' golf swings, check out my Kiwi Coach shadowing program. You can actually attend a live lesson either virtually or physically, and I think you guys will really enjoy that service as well. It's literally step-by-step process of how we change these client swings in a lesson. I think I'm only charging 3,000 yen, I think, for one session, so you guys should check that out. I know a lot of instructors will be charging you almost 10 times, maybe even 100 times that price. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Everyone else, I'll see you guys in the next video.